Do. Hey team, welcome to the Go Team Coach Call. It's our first one for the year 2017. I never thought that 2017 would hit. And the reason why I never thought 2017 would hit is basically my oldest girl was born in 1999. So this is her 18th year of existence, which means she's going to graduate this year, which is like, what? That can't happen. So anyway, welcome to 2017, and the Go Team is going strong in the new year. It's been one of our best 2 weeks that we've had in a long while, kids. And thank you, Beachbody, for All Access BOD. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Come on for that. So good. So good. So shout out particularly today to new coaches, and we got one of our new coaches is Julia. So Julia, welcome to the Go Team. So happy you're here.
Thanks. Sorry, I muted myself.
No, it's so great. That's great. Welcome, and to you and your wreath in the background. So that's good. Nice. It's good. So I just want to give you guys the quick, as always, doing this good stuff. Go Team exists basically to equip and inspire busy coaches with the essentials to help build freedom, bringing businesses that help people achieve their goals and live healthy, fulfilling lives. And if you guys recognize this, and just a little bit of a review for some of you, is the fact that helping people achieve their goals and living healthy, fulfilling lives, that's Beachbody's mission. And all we're doing basically as a Go Team is helping coaches achieve that. Really is what we're doing. And we want to try to equip and inspire you and trying to pare things down so we're not overwhelming you massively, because there is a lot sometimes. I think you can know that, especially if you're a new coach, right, Julia? You're like, wow, lots of stuff. What am I supposed to know? What am I not supposed to know? And that's so crazy stuff. So appreciate you guys being on this call, which is part of the equipping and inspiring, in addition to our Facebook message threads and the Go Team Coach Club and all that kind of stuff. So really appreciate that. All right, Super Saturday, let's do a quick debrief on some of that. Anybody that, I don't know if anybody else went to, who's on this call, went to any other Super Saturday. I don't think so. Yeah. So Andy, you weren't able to make it, right? Nope, not this time. So we're going to do a quick, for those three of us who were from this, who are on this call, who were on this, we're going to just do a quick debrief on that stuff. Any quick thoughts?
Boy, it's funny you said that. I just listened to Aaron on the Beachbody Facebook page just an hour ago.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, he just did a little live thing. He did just a background about himself and kind of how he got into become the super
Scott, for some reason, your mic always fades on us. Why does it fade on us?
I don't know. Does it help if I go like this?
That sounds better.
Okay, because I think
it's
my mic
probably getting under your blanket or something.
So maybe if I hold it closer to me.
Better. Yeah.
Okay.
Try that.
Yeah. So yeah, it was just kind of funny just listening to he's live. It's about an hour ago.
No, it goes wacky on us again. It's so weird. Shoot, Steph. Well, yeah. So thumbs up. It was hopefully good. If you want to type it in the chat, that might be helpful real quick.
Okay.
So go for that. Claire, how about you?
Yeah, takeaways. Yeah, the fact that Darren is so very intense about his Shakeology, and it's really, I see the passion and the heart that's in it and in what he does, and it just, makes me more inspired by the whole product. So that's what really took me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Impression-wise. Yeah, and I think for me too, I think the biggest thing that guys really gave me is just that much more confidence in this fantastic product that we get a chance to be part of. And initially when I started, just kind of a little bit background for my story, I actually did P90X, and I did another company's who does his kind of network marketing company's products to start with it. I'm not going to mention that right now because this is going to be on YouTube, and I want to make sure I'm not being respectful of other companies. But the fact is, I started with some other products, and I did that for a while. And I recognized the fact that I'm like, start to do the comparison side by side. I'm like, well, wait a minute. Okay, what's in this thing and what's in this thing? And started to compare them. And I was like, wow, this is, first of all, it was a lot easier because I had a lot of products to take from this other company where I could get it done pretty much in one shake. With one per day versus a lot of extra stuff that I had to do with this other company. So it was kind of one of those things where I was like, wow, this is awesome. And I think I could support this. And then as I became a coach, I'm like, I think I can support this product. But now the more you know, guys, I'm going to just tell you this. So if you're a newer coach and you're kind of doing this, the more you know, the more confidence you're going to be able to have in being able to be to promote that which we provide as part of our solution. Okay, so the more you know about it, the more you're going to be able to kind of do. So I'd encourage you just to continually investigate some of those things. And so I'm just going to show you a couple slides here real fast. Oops, let me get rid of that. What Shakeology is not. This was from Saturday. This is one of Darren's slides real fast here. It's not a magic bullet. So Shakeology designed to help to take every day and optimize, designed to take every day to help optimize health and weight, fight chronic disease, provide healthy energy. But it's definitely not a magic bullet, okay, guys? It's not like, hey, I can just eat whatever I want and then I drink Shakeology and everything's healed. Because I think a lot of people, a lot of other companies sometimes promote that. And I think that's why there's a big difference. And I'm just going to say, I was in the supermarket the other day and I was hanging out in like their cafe area, and there were some distributors from another company that were all kind of gathered around this table. And again, I'm trying not to be judgmental, but as proof that the products work, I was like, I'm not sure it's working for you so much. Just being real, not trying to be judgmental, but just going as a whole. And I asked how long they've been doing them, and most of them had been with the company 4 to 5 years. Right? So that's a tell. So it's one thing if a person's in process and you go, okay, hey, they're making some progress in the beginning, but 4 to 5 years, we got to be like, okay, we probably should be some proof the product works by this point in the process. So just saying that real fast. No artificial colors, flavors, sweeteners, real quick on that. Zero GMO ingredients such as soy, corn, canola. So guys, when you're looking at this, and I think this is the thing I really want to hit. Sorry, I got to erase this part too. The highest standards of quality assurance. Now, how many of you have heard, so there's a lot of other shakes out there, there's a lot of protein shakes out there and things like that, but how many of you have heard of another shake that has superfoods in it? Anybody, right? Have you heard another company goes that there's superfoods out there? Okay, you haven't. I'm starting to hear that more and more. There's certain companies out there that are, these are more retail companies that you can get like at Vitamin Shop and things like that, where you can get superfoods now, okay? And the big thing that Darren talked about it, because that was sort of like the distinction of like, okay, well, now you can start to get more superfoods and things. So what makes Shakeology different? And really, guys, what the big difference is here is just the assurance towards quality as it relates particularly to the way that the farmers, growers, and how the processing of these ingredients is handled. Because here's the thing, and you talked about, I think it's about moringa. Specifically, he talked about moringa. And moringa, a fruit kind of a thing, that berry, and then if it's not harvested properly, and then in addition to harvested properly at the right time, all the things, and then actually processed properly, it literally becomes nutrition like zero. Mm-hmm. It just becomes a filler. So you might as well just put, I don't know, whatever else in there that you might potentially fill a shake with. But in this case, it's when it's harvested properly, it maintains and all the antioxidant properties are maintained in that processing process. So when it makes it from the jungles of Brazil or whatever, in getting all the way into your bag, it's actually in good shape and it will do what it says it will do. Versus a company that might just go, hey, we got moringa in our stuff, which is just this powdered form that's improperly processed and really doesn't do anything for the person. So that I loved. That was one of the big things that he talked about, was the processing. And you can see some of these other things there. You can take a look at that slide and hopefully you've read that. But those are the things that really stood out for me for Super Saturday. Now we're going to move on. You guys ready? Here we go. Exciting news was announced at Super Saturday. Bam! Success Club Trip 2018. What? Hard Rock Hotel in Riviera Maya. Those are like little, like lagoon type of things where you could hang out by the pool all day long, and it's going to be fun. It's there's 2 waves, and April 15th through the 19th, and then the 19th through the 23rd. Miss Claire is going to talk us through some of this because she's got all the details. Claire, you there, girl?
Okay. Yeah. So when it says all inclusive, that means that basically you're, can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. All your food, your drinks, accommodations are all paid for. And that is awesome. And also you get, I believe, $750 to spend throughout your whole time there, that the hotel gives you for like a spa, anything like gifts, shop, or whatever you want to spend your money on. But it's part of, they'll give that to you. But okay, so
now, hold on that 2 quick seconds. We've done this. We've done a Riviera Maya vacation before, guys, with Beachbody, and that was not included before. So $750, dude.
So that's
some
huge.
Really cool, like excursion if you want to like do the whole zip line over the jungle, ATV, go to the ruins,
water sports. Yeah, it's like
crazy.
Everything you can imagine.
Very fun.
So that is an added incentive when you think about the cost of the room that you're going to be paying, if you're going to be paying it without earning it. So initially, when the time comes to sign up, initially there's a $300 deposit. That's non-refundable. That's just when you get in on the call or on the website to sign up. They'll ask you for a credit card for the $300 down. So that's non-negotiable. What is negotiable is the $1,200 above and beyond that. You can earn to whittle that down to not have to make payments to equal that $1,200. So basically, every Success Club point that you get for the year of 2017, $5 of each point, you'll get $5 for each point. Now, if you make Success Club points, like say you get Success Club 5 in February, let's just use the month of February, you'll get $5 for each, so that's $25. Plus, since you made Success Club, you'll get $10 for each one of those 5 points. So that's what, $75? I mean, right there. So that's 1 month. And January, if you did the same thing, you'll get double that. So 150. So yeah, really rock it this month, you guys. That's where you want to do it.
And the fact here, guys, especially now that we've got the all access, man, you're getting 3 points per challenge pack.
Yeah.
So like, what?
So that's I think I covered it. I mean, that's pretty much the package deal. I mean, just get those Success Club points, and you can whittle that $1,200 down after you've signed up.
Yeah.
So
guys, here's the truth. So $300. Yep. It is. This is $300. You got it. That's a thing. And then it's going to probably cost most people about $300 in plane flight to get there. That's about what it works. So $600 for a completely all-inclusive vacation. I'm just saying, man, it's great. And it's not just any vacation. You get a chance to meet the beach, you know, get this chance to, and here's the truth. on these trips as opposed to say like Summit. So if you've been to Summit, there's like gobs and gobs of people. It's not nearly as many people, and like people like Tony Horton particularly, he roams the resort. So you will see him, and you will have a chance probably to talk to him. It's not like so it's really, really awesome. Claire, did you want to cover this real quick? Registration.
Yeah, hang on a second. Whoops. Sorry. My son he's getting done with his ski club, and so he's texting me. I might have to go pick him up because my husband's out picking up soccer, and they don't coordinate together.
I can cover this if you need to go. It's all good.
Oh, it's okay. What the rest of it? Oh, the registration. Oh, yeah. So, Elite. We're working on that one. We're trying to get
towards next year, baby.
Yep. So that's the top tier. You'd be able to register today starting. Okay, Premier and Active Status Club All-Star Legends. I'm not actually sure what that is. I don't know why. I'm sorry. I didn't really.
Premier is a level down from Elite, so if you don't understand that, but then Active Success Club All-Star Legends, which is 2 years straight of hitting Success Club. 4 months.
Yes, All-Star. Okay.
And I
hitting 5.
So guys, just saying, it's really cool to be consistent when it comes to this kind of stuff. So 2 years straight, you have to be an active Success Club All-Star Legend, so you can't like lose out. So they're really rewarding, which is great.
Yeah, can't be 1 month shy.
Yeah, but I'm sorry to say.
And that's 5 or 10 Success Clubs, right?
5, 5 or 10. Either.
5 or 10, okay. And then paid 5-star diamonds plus active Success Club All-Star and top 100 Success Starters. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's exactly what it says.
Just so we're clear on that, once again, is the 3 months of getting that in you get your first 3 months of hitting Success Club. And then if the more amount of points that you earned, and that would be the past, of course. So at this point, so yeah. And then the top Success Club earners,
Yeah, that's top of the year Success Club earners.
Yep.
Is that what for 2016? So yeah, that
you'll get invites basically sent to your email. Is how that works. Okay.
Okay.
We're on that.
So then, where would we all fit in?
It's basically Yep. So what's going to happen is here's where we'll have to kind of figure that out. Is I think it's going to be down that team at that point. Okay, so wherever you were in top Success Club winners, you'll get an invitation. Versus it won't be in the past where it's like everybody mobs to do that. You'll actually get your invitation, and you basically are with your invitation via email. That's how you get a chance to do this. Now, just saying, for some of you guys, and we can do this too, is that maybe we can even pair up and have people bring other folks. So if you can't bring your spouse, because some of us it's difficult to do that, and just kind of knowing what that is. Okay. So, but that's what's going to happen. It's going to be released by email versus the mob. We used to have that mob, and literally everyone would be waiting for 12:01 to hit, and bam, and all these people would just be like trying to hit the server at the same time, and then people were disappointed, and so they fixed that, which I'm glad. So it makes it so, but it's based on and here's the truth, is it really is based on your past success. So if this is a thing and you're like, oh man, I wish I would have done more. Well, this is your chance now to move forward and move from that point. Again, just so you know, so Stephanie got on a waiting list, and there will be probably some kind of a waiting list, I would imagine, or something. We'll figure out what that all looks like. But as time progresses, you still may have an opportunity as you earn points this year. Got it? And that's going to make your chances of getting on the 2018 one as you succeed this year. Okay? We got to move on because we got some other stuff to do. So that's great stuff. And let's see. Oh yeah. So I have to tell a quick story. Go fast. Okay, ready? Everybody see? Story time with Dan. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. I was good. No, sorry. I'm gonna put on my sweater. But anyway, so check out my cup. This is my goofy cup that I had from Disney. I had went to Disney, I think, 3 years before I first became a Beachbody coach. And I found out that when I became the coach, that the next potential Success Club trip for me was going to be going to Disney. And so guess what I did every morning? Guess what cup I used to drink my coffee in the morning? This cup.
Disney.
This was the cup. And this was a reminder every morning that I wanted to absolutely hit Success Club and get to Disney. I wanted to take my wife to Disney. I wanted to go to Epcot, and I wanted to go to the pub there in Epcot and have some cheese because it was good. But anyway, so this was a visual reminder for me every day to make sure that, because I wanted to make sure that I got that, earned that, and got it paid for. Now, I would say at the same time, so maybe it's something that you could do similarly, is maybe if it's, because this is tropical, maybe you get some kind of a water bottle, like a water bottle that has flamingos on it, or whatever, something that's tropical that just reminds you every day, this is what I'm drinking. I'm drinking out of this thing, and I'm like, man, I would love, if that is a goal for you, a visual reminder can sometimes be a really, really cool thing. Okay, just a little side story on that. Thought I'd give you that. Success Club and lives change. Now, this is not, just so you know, this is not up to the minute updated. This was up from, I think, around 2 o'clock or something like that at this point. And so we're still working on some people getting updated numbers and things like that, because of last week's, you're supposed to, you get the third point gets like the next week if you didn't hear about that. So you'll get your first 2 points and right off the bat if you do sell an all success or all access challenge pack. But then the following Monday, they sort of manually add those things, I guess is what the deal is. So currently, this is where we're at. I've had a good month so far. This is crazy. So some of you guys have been in like the chat where the coach chat there. I've been doing a lot of challenge packs right now. And actually that's now 2025. So is where we're at. So it's crazy. So planted a lot of seed, guys, and just reaping a lot of planting of that seeds. Claire, congrats, got 2 all access challenge packs sold. So she's in the 3 Lives Club change, which is great. And shout out to our new coach. Yeah, give it up for Claire. Come on now. Give it up for Claire. And we've got it so check out these.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. In the One Life Club minimally at this point. So we've got our brand new coach, Julia. So give it up for her. We got Jen, Jamie, Stacy, Bonnie, and then also Holly and Christina. So let's give it up for everyone in that part, please, real quickly. All right. So good, guys. We're changing lives. We're not just selling stuff. Got me? Right? We're changing lives here. It's not just about selling stuff. If you get focused on selling stuff, you'll stop changing lives. Okay? So let's focus on changing lives, and then the selling stuff will naturally flow out of that. Okay? Cool. Also, this is from last week, just so you know, and I'll be posting these each week. I really want to make sure that everybody, and I mentioned this in the coach strand, get me a decent headshot of you. And really, if you can, is this just the higher resolution and good lighting. Daylight is better than light that's unnatural or from inside. If you can get me that, that'd be really, really helpful. And then what we can do is have a little bit of fun. I can do some filter kind of stuff if you don't know how to do some of those things. But I want to show you off in a good way that you're making an impact. And here's how this works, just so you guys all are clear on this. Every week, this is what is called volume, okay? So the other one was Success Club, and those are challenge packs. This is actual volume that you and your customers are producing. And that's what ultimately produces what are called team cycle bonuses. Woo! And team cycle bonuses actually are the things that produce what we call residual income. It's income that you don't have to sell stuff for. okay, which is the beauty of the network marketing model. So the more volume you have, the better your paychecks are going to be better, okay? And that's how you do, and just encouraging people to stay active, encouraging them by just say, hey, Shakeology is working for you. Let's keep it going. Let's tell them why. Let's educate them, all those great things. But here's the key. Every week, I'm going to shout out our top producers, and here's what happens. Nobody outside of Beachbody knows what these numbers means. Just being truthful. It just sort of looks cool, right? They go, oh, wow, 180. Good job, Kim. Good job, Holly, or whatever. Sounds good to me. And when they see your picture up here, here's what starts to happen. This moves past just being a work on your abs company, right? It starts to become a business. And when they start to see you, and this is why I want headshots, Bonnie, I love I've stolen that one because that's one of your best pictures with the bike on there. I think it's great. But I also want to get you just looking semi-professional, like as not just a worker outer, because then we start to look like business folk and not just you know what I mean? So that's what I'm trying to go for in this, is just some decent headshots that we can work with this. Because I want to promote the business side of this, and these slides, guys, will ultimately get that built around. And then when we do start to invite people to our sneak peeks, they have seen your success. They've cheered you on. They've said, great job, Jamie, great job, Julia, awesome. And then when you say, well, hey, I'm doing this thing and we've got this sneak peek coming up into coaching, and you commented on my slide or Dan's slide, whatever, would you want to kind of come check that out with me and see if this might be a good fit for you? Pretty cool, right? So that's what we're doing with this particular slide, and you'll see this on a weekly basis. It'll probably be on Thursday afternoon-ish is going to be probably the regular time I'll be posting that, maybe Fridays, depending. Okay? Now, quick couple things here, guys. I'm going to talk about real fast. CEO versus employee mindset. Okay, who's got the loud bell? Is that somebody? Can we turn off a loud bell for a minute? That's all right. So the CEO versus the employee mindset. Now, you guys, just so you didn't know, if you didn't know this, you own your own company. Yep, you do. Yes, you sell other people's, we have products and solutions that we provide from all of us, or from Beachbody, but ultimately this is a you business, okay? This is your business. You are the CEO of your own company. And the difference is, guys, the CEO, when the buck stops, who does the buck stop with? Right? You. The buck stops with you. And there's no one you can blame necessarily. And if you saw my post tonight, did you see what I said? I put a post up that said, the dream works only works if you do. And that means you can't make excuses anymore. You can't go, oh, it's December. Oh, it's the whatever. It's the weather's not so good. Oh, it's whatever. You know what I mean? You're going to have to kind of come around the solutions and work around it. Become a problem solver. Come up with a different way to communicate your message. If it's not working and you're not getting results on your social media posts, you are smart enough to figure this out. Use that crazy thing called YouTube. Find out, how do I make more engaging social media posts? Making more engaging social media posts. Go, hey, video, watch. Okay, Beachbody if you need to, whatever. Okay, so that will help you guys grow this as a business. And if you guys noticed, Kelsey today sold Kelsey in the message strand. She just got an all access challenge pack sold, which is amazing. Her scripting changed, which is what we're going to talk about in just a minute here. Okay, so her scripting changed. She needed to grow in her scripting because she was going so far. Well, we'll get into that in a second. Okay, I don't want to give that one away. Enough said. CEO versus employee. The employee goes, oh, hey, boss, I don't know what's going on, but you got to do something about this, right? CEO goes, all right, I'm going to take ownership. I'm going to figure out what this is, what's the problem. And guys, just so you know, you are the best part about this, you're a CEO, but guess what? Most CEOs don't have someone they can turn to and ask for a lot of help. The best thing about our team is you're a CEO yet you've got a whole team to support you. I love it. The model's amazing. I don't think there's anything else out there like it. That's why I love this whole marketing model. I think is beautiful because we get people kind of coming alongside of us, and it also is incentivized because if you're more successful, I'm more successful, right? It's pretty cool. All right, fast. If you're having trouble though with personal development, and I would say that this is one of the vital behaviors that is an issue. That's where the CEO mindset, if you're not quite there yet, you need some personal development probably too in getting on this. You need to really have that growth mindset, okay? And you're constant. So if you're having trouble with that personal development, you really haven't made it a priority, it's probably because you're not wanting to grow as much as you probably need to. I literally every day am listening to something that is actually meeting where I am at. Don't, and I've said this before, don't just read something or listen to something because somebody else said that you should. Make sure it's actually applicable to you because where you're at, and it's just like a workout, right? Some of you are ready to do 21 Day Fix Extreme. Some of you are ready because that's where you're at in your journey, or you're ready to do Body Beast or whatever your program you're doing. You're ready to do it. But some of you aren't. You're not ready quite to do that because you're going to do X program. You're going to do Country Heat. You're going to do something else. So again, same thing when it comes to personal development. It needs to be appropriate to where you are at. Okay. John Maxwell has a book called The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. And I'm not saying that this is a book you should read, but if you are having trouble with the idea of growing, this might be something helpful for you. His books are really, really great. Most of John Maxwell's stuff is pretty fantastic, guys, as trusted authors. If you're looking for something, 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. Also, is it called The Girl Code right now? Is pretty hot that Claire recommended. So just throwing a few things out there. Always read the reviews and always read some of the like the foreword or how that. And you can also in Amazon Kindle, you can often download a sample of it first and kind of check it out. Okay. Things like that. And Audible, of course, is great for that. All right, quick participation thing. It is time for that epic part of our call. And it is the thing that you all look forward to, I know so very much. It is called It's a chat and shout out. 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 Yes, the chat shout out, which is always a fantastic time that everyone enjoys, and it has its own theme song. How cool is that? Seriously, what other team has a theme song for its own chat shout out? Really? Just saying. All right. What area is a chance to grow for you? Have you ever heard this in performance reviews? Anybody have heard performance reviews? Heard of those? An opportunity to grow. These aren't things you're stinky at. These are opportunities to grow. I always love Tony Horton in P90X. He says, I don't stink at, like, you can no longer say I stink at doing pull-ups. You have to flip it over and say, I currently struggle with pull-ups, right? That's an opportunity for growth. So in the chat at this point, not verbally at this point, I want to see, because this is chat, but let's have a little bit of fun with this. What's an area in your business that you need, that's an opportunity for you to probably grow in? Let's have you shout that out in the chat. Let me see what you got. I'll read a few things. I'll give music. I'll give mine while we're doing this because I know you guys are typing. Oh, inviting, says Andy. Very good. That's scripting, video, and lives. Oh, live videos. Yep. Doing lives. Facebook Live. Good. Mine is definitely it's continual balance of my personalities, which is an otter personality. I've talked this a lot with Pam that I got to eat lunch with, which was great, Pam. We talked about my otter personality and my lion personality. The otter wants to play all day long. And the lion's going, get to work, do something good, do something effective. That's mine. Invite says, Bonnie, focus. Yes, Pam, focusing on what is important. Good stuff. All right, guys, so these are, oh, there we go. Jennifer Kernster with live video, scripting with whom? Name the outlooks, better health. Yep. Stepping out. Yes, I believe that's probably a big deal for you sometimes because I think you're worried. And everybody is, guys, just being real. Everybody's worried what everybody else thinks. It's true. You're like, I don't want to come off as one of those people, right? And what does that really mean? One of those people. Those annoying people. Because, yeah, I guess we experience that. All right. Before we head into the scripting part, I've got one last thing I want to hit here real fast. Setting your posture, okay? Let's talk about your posture. And so you guys all know about verbal communication and then nonverbal communication. So, like, your posture. Here's a little model, right? So the person, like, this tells something, pockets tell something, hips tell something, facial expressions, all those nonverbal things communicate, okay? And so I'm using that as an analogy for what I want to talk about with some postures here now as it relates to our coaching. So posture number one, and I'm going to call this the posture number one. Hold on my notes. I would call this the apologist. When this is particularly where we're talking about, like, when you're forming conversations and then you're starting the invite process. I call this person the apologist. And basically it sounds something like this. Hey, we've got this really great program that we're going to be doing. We got this challenge that's starting up next month or next week or whatever it is. And, it's really, really great. But it's a little expensive. But I know, and I know you don't have a lot of money. And I know you probably don't have a lot of time. But I really like this program. I got some great progress, but you might not get the best progress, okay. So I'm being a little obnoxious. So you can kind of see it's sort of, and again, I'm being the extreme version of that, right? But if there's ever a spot where it's like, almost like the apologetic portion where it's like, I don't really have a confident posture in this because your belief is yet to kind of go, is this actually worth the money I'm spending? Is this worth it? And guys, I just got to pull you back on the price thing once again. Seriously, people buy a pair of jeans these days. Who can't afford the jeans these days? They spend $140 all the time. So quit with worrying about the price. Stop it. It's done. It's 30 days of meals. Come on. I'm just saying, we've got to get past that posture of apology when it comes to the price of this. Yes, Planet Fitness is $10, but look at the results that Planet Fitness gets. Come on. And they get you, and they get our challenge groups, and they get a chance to be encouraged, and they get a chance to build their mindset, and they get a chance to, there's so many good things. So let's do this, guys, when it comes to that. Sorry, I'm a little preachy on it, but I believe in it so much. It's so good. For this struggle, okay, yeah. Anyone confident. Okay, so thumbs up. Hopefully that's helpful. Number two, posture number two. Ready? The salesperson. You guys know what that is, right? Hey, I got a great deal. You want, hey, but guess what? The price is amazing, and you've got this. You get all of these programs. You get Beachbody On Demand, and you get Insanity, and you get that, and then you get this shake that you get to do every day. And guess what? All these things that are in it and all these details I'm going to give you, like here's ashwagandha and moringa and the goji berry and bilberry and all these things that are amazing. It's so good. And you know what? It's just amazing. And I think you'll love it. And it's on sale, and this is a great price. You're never going to beat this price. It's amazing. And it's so good. Right. And you lead with that. And it's never going to happen. I mean, not never, but like the most desperate of people and a really good friend, like a really desperate person or a really good friend is going to respond to that, probably. That's it. That's all you got. And really everybody in between is going to be like, talk to the hand, man, right? And that's what the salesperson does. They turn people off. And because that's what most why so many people are not successful in network marketing, but particularly in ours, which is like a unique bird when it comes to network marketing, is we get to provide some genuine help beyond like kitchen devices or spices or things, you know what I mean, or consumables that are that kind of a thing, which may actually benefit people, but they're not really necessarily going to change their lives. Nothing against those companies, but I think we've got something unique here, kids. Okay. But posture number 3, guys, is the genuine advocate. The genuine advocate, not for your product, not for your product, not for your company, but ultimately for the other person. A genuine advocate for that person, because nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care, right? Care. And it's so critical, guys, that we're able to communicate care. And that's where we're going to transition here ultimately into the idea of listening, active listening, and then using the scripting. This is why I entitled this call the whole idea of the art. So scripts 101, scripting 101, the art of listening. Okay. By the way, sorry, one final point on this before we head into this, but go into the conversation assuming the client's going to purchase because it's something so valuable. If you go in the other direction, assuming the other, that it's probably too expensive and it's probably not, your approach will always feel that way. But if you start to assume, and I know in the beginning, guys, it's so hard because I've been there, I've been in it, so don't, you know, and I've got a lot of confidence in this because I've done it a lot of times. But when you go in without confidence, they're going to sense it and feel it, and they'll be like, you know what I mean? But when you go with enthusiasm, and the posture that you take, guys, is that genuinely enthusiastic posture that is like, hey, you know, this is so great. And after you've talked about their goals, and the scripting we'll get in a second, but then it's like at the end, it's like, okay, so do you want to go with like the regular challenge pack, or do you want to go with the all access? Like, which one? This is such a great deal. Which one are you going to go with? Versus, the option is, does that sound good? Are you not going to do it? Or right? If you go with that, more of that posture, I think it's really, really helpful. We need more genuine advocates. So scripting, your key to success is going to be this art of listening. So scripting, and if you want to take some notes here, guys, I would really appreciate that. If you got that, scripting plus listening. Yeah, anything here real fast? Someone in the chat here. So do regular challenge packs? Yes, they do, Julia. Yep. So but real quickly on that, so a regular challenge pack counts as 2 Success Club points. A all access challenge pack, which this is brand new because this is just released on December 27th, is 3 Success Club points. And the Shakeology HD, which is home direct order where it's an auto ship, counts as 1 Success Club point. Julia, good question. Okay, a real quick refresher on that. Scripting plus listening equals life change. Now, here's the deal. In order to understand where a person is at, you have to be a good active listener. And so when you're listening to their story and you find out what, you know, and we're going to go over this in just a moment here, actually getting hit to the page. You know what? I'm going to do that real fast. Let's go ahead. I'm going to share a different screen. So I'm going to stop sharing on this. And hey, everybody. There you are. Share a different screen. It's this one. All right. So My Coach HQ, your source for everything awesome, is your training site, right? And it's the New Coach 5-Day Rock the Basics. This is day number 2, customer interview scripting. Okay. And right here, we basically walk you through the whole scripting process, okay? And so here's the script, initial invites, and we're going to have some initial connecting points. But what I'm going to do is your initial outreaches to people, and whether that's through a free challenge or whatever and things like that, maybe some offering some good value up front, which I think is important. And we're going to talk about, probably next week, I want to start talking more about free challenges and how they're so important to help build the bridge from the people who are not interested to finding people who are interested somewhat, adding enough value to them and building trust so then you can invite them to your actual paid challenges. Okay, so that'll be next week. We'll talk more about free challenges a little bit. Okay, so initial questions based on interest. Okay, so a person, you do invite them and you say, hey, Sarah, we're doing this new challenge to start next week. Really excited about it. I think you'd be a great fit based since you were, you whatever, whether it's free challenge or maybe you've helped them on something else or whatever. Love to tell you more about it. Would you be interested in hearing a little bit more? They say, yes, I'm good to go. Question number 1. Awesome. Thanks for getting back. Excited that you're interested. So tell me, what kind of specific goal are you looking to accomplish? Weight loss, blah, blah, all those things. Love to see if our program would be a good fit for you. Okay. And we'll talk about the pivot response in just a second, but I'm going to go back over and I'm going to head back to the other thing. So real fast. Boom. So here's the thing. We need to fit people into our scripting. And that means we need to find out where they're at in the process. So sometimes it might be a little bit different because like a person might start out and they might give you a lot of detail. They might tell you a whole bunch about the way that they eat. So you can't ask the eating question because they've already given that to you. So you got to kind of figure out how that works. But what we want to try to do is somewhat fit people into our scripts versus improv. And this is part of the reason why we're even doing this focus on this call is Kelsey helped me realize something because I talked her through her entire invite process. And I had her walk me through a very specific conversation. So she literally read for me her conversation. So the person was interested. And she's like, and I said, I want to, and it went to crickets because she offered something or whatever, and it went to crickets. She was quiet, the person she was talking to. And the issue, guys, was this. She initially asked, hey, so I'm interested in the Shakeology stuff. What can you tell me about it? And oh my word, Kelsey, knowledgeable, very caring, loves Shakeology. What did she do? And this is not throwing her under the bus. This is just helping you. I think she's good with this. She literally was a huge paragraph of all the value that goes into Shakeology, all the different things. She didn't ask at all. Hey, well, why do you want to use it? What are you trying to accomplish? What's the goal, right? Get them talking about them. Because just being real, guys, most people do, they pretty much, and this is just human nature. You sort of want to talk about yourself, right? That's what happens. And maybe you're different, and that's okay. But most people do like to tend to talk about their issues or what they're struggling with, those kind of things, or so they'll tell you those things. And then on top of that shit, and I think she said all that. Well, this sounds kind of interesting after, all that Shakeology stuff. But well, how much does it cost? And then, went into defense mode, like, oh, well, look at all these things you get, blah, blah, thing. And she was done. She was toast. She had anything. And then the fun part is, literally the next conversation that she used this on massively increased her, like, they kept talking more. It was like it didn't shut down so fast when she started to really use this. And I would say this. So Pam, you would know this as a classically taught chef, right? In order for you to be on the show Chopped, how many of you guys know the show Chopped? Anybody know Chopped, right? You get the basket and it's all this stuff. And then you get like octopus in there. You get some candy corn or whatever weird things. And then what do they have that you do? They have you sort of improv on this bunch of stuff to put something together, right? Now, I'm a musician, so I'm going to go to this side of things. There is a classical style of music, and then there's also jazz, right? In classical music, there's a set of scales. It's very specific. There's some interpretation, but it's pretty much you do what's on the sheet and you perform that. And if you have some nuance, you can perform some things. There's some, you can make things a little bit louder, a little bit slower, a little bit back and forth. But the notes are the notes. But in jazz, the whole point is to take the basis of what you learn is you learn scales. You learn the scales, and then later you're able to do right? You're able to improv because you've spent the time learning the scales. Okay? So the fact is, guys, back to this, we need to initially learn the scripts. And some people you would ask, you go, okay, well, Dan, you're pretty experienced. This is your 5th year doing this, coming up here to next month. My 5th year I start, or I'm starting on my 6th year. Do you pretty much just like kind of just you riff, do your own thing, whatever you improv? No. I actually copy and paste my same script over and over and over. Now I'm going to tell you guys, just being real in this, do you think that Success Club 23 on the 7th day or the 8th day of the month is because I'm just so smart and so what? No, it's because of the scripting. I just understand the use of the scripting. Now, granted, I'm developing a bigger crowd, right, over the time. And that the more eyes you get on this type of stuff, we can, and again, we'll talk more about social media developing, the more you're able to ultimately then improv a little bit here and there and really kind of tailor custom make it some of the scripts towards your people who are specifically asking things. And you have to do a little bit of that because you want to like honor what they say. You want to give them feedback. Yes, we can help you with that, those kind of things. Okay? Does that make sense so far? I know I'm talking a lot, but that's the idea, is that we can get the scales down. Use the scripts. Don't depart. Please don't depart unless there's a really good reason. You'll always get backed in the corner, almost always. And the scripts are designed, guys, to help you not get backed into that price corner. Now, real quick here, back on the other page. This. So we talked about this pivot, price pivot response. I call it the price pivot. So what's the first thing they always ask, especially when you're a coach? And that freaks every coach out. They go, oh, great, I'm interested. Sounds good. What does it cost? And you go, oh, crap, am I going to do? And you got to say, it's $140. And they're thinking, $35 is in their brain or whatever. So the price pivot response, we have lots of different pricing options. Lots of different pricing options. Could you tell me what kind of specific goal you're looking to accomplish? Now, that's a shortened version of this. I should probably actually fix this because I think I have a little bit better. But we have lots of different pricing options. Want to make sure we pick the best one, or the thing that would best fit you, right? And that kind of brings it back to them. Could you tell me what specific goal what goals you're looking to accomplish? And then we can, make sure this is a good fit, that kind of a thing. Okay? So that's the price pivot. And then generally most people, because if you just literally go and they ask you what the price is and then you just kind of skip over it, well, they feel like you're avoiding. And so if you can have some kind of a pivot response like this is really critical. Okay? And once again, what kinds of exercise, and then you go into the meals, and like I always talk about in the meals, when it comes to the meals, what does a typical day in nutrition look like for you? Don't just say, how's your eating? Don't say it, because everybody thinks they eat better than they do. Yeah, I don't eat as bad as Jim. You should see him. He eats like 5 barbecued ribs platters. I only have 3, right? Or whatever, okay? So just watch that. So you guys, your scripting here is so critical, and then you get them to this point, this emotional point. Question number 4, that I think a lot of us skip over, especially early on. If you haven't established that relationship, you want to get to this emotional point where it says, how do you think you'll feel about yourself once you've done whatever goal? Hey, you've lost your X amount of pounds, or your blood level's down, or whatever. How do you think you're going to feel about yourself? I think I'll feel pretty great. And I've said this a lot on other calls, guys, specifically, is that it says if they say no to that, they're not just saying no to you, they're saying no potentially to themselves, right? And I think that's such a critical piece to remember, okay? And then, so it sounds like our system would be would really help you because of what you said. Would you be open to checking out a short video summary of what our program looks like? And then, guys, this is critical. Last little step in this process here. And they say, yes, they would love to see it. Great. Sending now. When would be best to follow up, tomorrow or the next day? If you don't say follow up the now or the next day, it could be crickets for the next 3 weeks. When's best basically gives them a deadline. Because guys, I'll answer whoever chatted here for just a second. But the key is people are so about deadlines. We're all back in high school, right? Come on. We all need to know that the paper's due tomorrow. We all need to know that you're going to have a pop quiz on whatever on Friday. You need those deadlines, or we just put stuff off because other things kind of get in the way. Real quick, someone said, oh, Stephanie answered. Okay, good. So that's good. So it's important, guys, to make sure you do that, and then you can kind of send some stuff out, which is great. Any questions so far? And we're good. We're just about to wrap up on scripting. And I know this is basics, but for some of you guys who have heard this before, but I really wanted to hit on it again because I think I was assuming too much, assuming like people are really doing this, and some of us aren't still yet. We're kind of trying to make our own thing. So if you're struggling with the invite process and getting people who are stopping or they have a lot of price objections, I'm just saying, especially if you're like in a more of a blue collar crowd, guys, blue collar folks, Jen, I'm talking specifically to you right now too, girl, that's your crowd, and your blue collar crowd is often buying jeans that are $140. I know it. They're getting their hair done for that, really. And this can change their life. So don't be apologetic about the price, right? How much is Shakeology? It's one thing to ask, how much is it jump at? How do you pivot price? Oh, that's really good. How much is Shakeology? It depends on if you're looking to so we have some you do have options with that. So you got a Shakeology sampler that you could give. You have, which would be a 7-day sampler. You have the option of getting it in a challenge pack, because we could bundle it in a challenge pack, or we could give it in just Shakeology alone. So that's 3 options right there. So it could be as little as $29 or whatever that is, 34 I think it is, because they've added that 7th flavor. Does that make sense, Steph? So yeah, you've got 3 options there. What do you want? What are you trying to do? Like, what are you working out? Why do you want to use it? And that's kind of thing. So it gives you, let's honest, there's 3 options. Yep. So challenge pack, sample, and regular. Correct. Yep. Options. And then you're being truthful. You're not being lying. That's very, very true. They could just get a 7-day sampler, or they could get get the full challenge pack or whatever, and all the way up to Beachbody On Demand All Access, right? Yep. All right. Are those scripts in their recent ones you did? Yes, they are. Absolutely. These are ones I do. I'll tweak that pivot response just a bit in there when I get a chance, but that price pivot, everything else is pretty accurate. Yep, exactly what I use. Okay, and then especially when you do things like the closing here, guys, real fast. These are all tabs. So the follow-up, hey, just following up, you see the video, and then, hey, here's the price point. Yeah, and that's why, guys, the last thing on this real quick, scripting, is if you're concerned about revealing the price, it's so critical to let the video do that for you. Okay? Let Tony Horton reveal the price, particularly in this 21-day fix one. That 21-day fix video that we had up earlier, I bundled 21-day fix, and right after it's Shakeology, it's him selling it, at the on the conveyor belt or whatever, in the store, and he reveals it as $129. So that's really, really good, and that helps you. Then you come in as a champion, especially right now if it's on sale. Well, it's on sale for a couple more days, but you go, hey, 140, just killer, or even better, it's like, wow, 199. This is amazing. And here's the other thing about that. I don't know if you guys heard that, but especially when the price goes back up to 160, say for 21-day fix, guys, the channel, the all access, seriously, come on. Oh, you're gonna get one program for 160, or you can get every program in the planet plus the 3 new programs that are going to release next year each that are going to cost $60 for you. That alone is $180 plus $6,000 worth of workouts for $40 more. Really? Come on. I mean, there's no question. Of course, you're gonna sell that, and that's what they're. And honestly, I would think from the perspective of the hold on a minute. I think I'm gonna mute. Claire, I think you're feeding back on me there, girl. There we go. Okay, real quick. Okay, very good. But like, if that customer were to come back to you honestly and go, wait a minute, I could have gotten this whole thing, and you sold me this for $40 more. I could have gotten this. Now I'm gonna have to pay $99 to get the right. Think about that, guys. So I think that's a real good point that I think Carl made. Chat, what do you got here? Yep. They would want to cancel an email Team Beachbody. Do they? Yes, they would. There's actually, are you talking to cancel Shakeology, Julia? Is that what you're talking about? I'm assuming. Let me know on that. Yep. There's a form in there. There's also you can do it on a live chat. You can do it. There's a kind of an email that's in the back. That's in their teambeachbody.com. They can send from there. Okay. All right. So that's good stuff. And boom, boom. And we're moving on. Last thing here. New share back to this. Guys, I got to tell you this last thing. You just must believe that you can do this. That's how this team in 2017 is going to be this. I really believe, guys, this is our year. I'm going there. You can tell. I'm already running. I'm running hard as I'm working hardest I've ever worked in my life. But every day, guys, this is joy for me. I love it. I love it so much because I get a chance to see people change. I get a chance to see people's lives transform right before my eyes. They're so excited. Like the people who've been stuck. Come on, have you experienced that? People have been stuck in their fitness for years are now going, hey, I think I might actually be able to do this one. Like that's our challenges we just started today. You guys start your challenges. Everything going pretty well so far. Hopefully first day, some excitement, some good stuff. So that's great. Now just build on that excitement. Keep them engaged. Get them some early wins. Remember we talked about that before. On-ramping them. Get them that early win. Get them, keep them engaged. Celebrate their success, and then invite them to the next steps. That 5-step process will be in great shape. So believe that you can do this, and I think, guys, we're going to change. We're going to change so many lives in 2017. It's going to be awesome. So. All right, any questions for the good of the order? I know we're a little bit over on time, so thank you for that. I will post the call, of course, as always, to the Coach Club. So we'll see that in there, so you can tag your coaches who might have missed it as well. I'm going to really encourage you guys on our team calls. We're going to do one, just so you know, back on normal schedule. So we're going to do one next week. Gotcha? So the normal pattern is first and third. We're going to do another one next week, all right? I think this might be a good thing for us to just kind of, as we boost into the new year, just to have a couple in a row. So we're going to talk a little bit about free challenges, I think, and we're going to talk about how to continually build more clients and get those communications started. I'm going to have some of you guys talk, and I think I might have a special guest as well, okay? So it'll be really some great stuff. Any questions, people? Thank you so much for being on. I love you all. You're so proud of you. You guys are amazing. And Bonnie, good job rocking out that first spot of last week. That's great stuff. Claire, congrats on being like Success Clubby leader. Well, next week, but that's all right. For this last year or for last week, and good stuff. We'll see how it turns out, and keep it up, guys. We'll see ya. Bye. All right.